Hello, I am Dr. Mangal Parihar. I am an orthopedic surgeon working in Mumbai, mainly in private practice as well as an honorary associate professor at the JJ Hospital in Mumbai. One of my areas of special interest is the correction of complex lower limb deformities, especially using the Ilizarov fixator. While orthopedics is about the correction of deformities, currently teaching in terms of or teaching about the planning and execution of deformity correction surgery seems to be a little deficient, especially in the early training years. Correction of deformity needs an understanding of the various principles involved, especially the normal anatomy in the lower limb and the various axes and the joint orientations. Secondly, it needs a stepwise execution or a stepwise approach for the application of the preoperative plan on table. I have been involved in training quite a few surgeons in deformity correction surgery, either by way of various workshops that we do all around the country or via the fellowships that are available in my institution. A good basic understanding of the principles and regular application of these principles during surgery is required to improve one's skills in correcting these deformities. One of the possible reasons that the teaching of the principles of deformity correction and the execution of deformity correction tends to be poor is the large number of graduates from orthopedic programs graduating in India and other countries, many of whom have lack of manpower in terms of training, and also they lack training infrastructure. Basically, too many students, too few teachers. So with such a paucity of trainers, in-person training workshops and fellowships have proven inadequate to meet the requirement for so many trainees. Therefore, along with the team from AlgoSurge, we have developed a platform called OpenSurgiSim. It's a cloud-based surgical training platform where we hope to teach trainee orthopedic surgeons as well as junior orthopedic surgeons how to plan a deformity correction on X-ray images, and also some basic psychomotor skills for correction, which I think are critical. These will be taught on 3D printed sawbone models. The advantage of using the cloud platform is that it can be done anywhere, at any time, and without the need for the presence of an expert trainer. The platform also automatically assesses the performance of the person being trained, both in terms of his or her understanding of the principles, as well as psychomotor application of those principles. I think this assessment will help the trainees improve their training, assess their level of competence, and ultimately lead to a better training outcome. There are essentially three parts to this training. The first part is a variety of reading material and videos to teach the basic principles of deformity correction. The reading material is gleaned from various authentic sources and made available on Acropedia. We have tried to make this material easy to understand by the use of schematic diagrams, simple text in the explanations, and annotated video. I would suggest that learners need to go through all of this learning material at least once, if not more times, before they attempt the training on OpenSurgiSim. Once the trainee has gone through the basic reading material, he or she can access the OpenSurgiSim platform at www.opensurgisim.com to use the software. So this brings us to the second part, where the learner learns X-ray based planning on digital images, which are available as case studies in the software. These are real-life patient cases which have been pre-planned by an expert surgeon. The trainee can plan the case following the step-by-step guidance from a previously created plan by the expert surgeon, which is visible beside the window where the planning is being performed by the trainee. These planning cases can be used in a guided or non-guided manner. In the guided cases, a window on the left side of the screen goes through each step as suggested by an expert, and the trainee follows the same steps in a window on the right side. In the non-guided option, the trainee does the entire planning, again step by step, but without the benefit of guidance on the left side of the screen. At every step in the planning, the software questions the trainee, assesses the performance for that particular step, and finally makes a score for each planned case. The third part of the training is applying the principles that are learnt in the planning sessions onto physical bone models. For this, one needs to have a computer, a web camera, basic tools for drilling and cutting the saw bones. Either an orthopedic drill or a regular battery operated drill can also be used. The exact list of what is required and what can be provided is given in Apropedia. Using the bone models, the trainee applies external fixator pins to the deformed saw bones at predetermined levels and angles as per the previous planning, and does an osteotomy or cuts the bone at the planned level in the planned direction. While he is doing this, the camera connected to the computer functions as an augmented reality tool and guides the level and direction of the pins that are being inserted, as well as the direction of the cut. Once the cut is completed and the deformity is corrected by putting an external fixator onto the pins that were put earlier, the software via the camera can assess the accuracy of that correction. The various steps of this application of the fixator are tracked by the software and assessed by means of scores. Therefore, at the end of the surgical exercise also, there will be a score for the various steps as also for the overall correction. In the actual psychomotor training too, there will be guided as well as non-guided cases, just as in the planning. So finally, the trainee gets an assessment and performance score of the planning as well as the performance of the surgical simulation. I believe repeated use of this training will allow the trainee to judge his or her level in terms of proficiency and also to document improvement in that proficiency. We hope that this tool will prove useful for improving understanding and application of deformity correction, and it will be a step for creating more such training tools in the future. Thank you.